2025, here we go. Yes, everybody, it's your boy back with another video. Today we're going to be reflecting on 2024's goals. We're going to be planning for 2025 goals. We're not scripted today, we're going just straight vibes, okay? So let's jump into it. In 2024, I set 8 goals for the year. There's a video this time last year posted, me going through the whole process, setting smart objective goals, all that shenanigans, which you can watch. Those 8 goals, we can go through in a minute. We'll reflect on those. I did a bit of a halfway house review of that as well, midway through the year. So you may be somewhat aware of where we are with them, but we're going to go through that now. And then we shall move on to 2025's goals. And there's a bit of a change at hand for 2025. The winds of change, says I.
I think I feel a change in the wind, says I.
Yeah, so, I don't know, we're going to change. We're mixing it up. We're doing a bit more adventure. Let me just tell you that. Right. Goal number 1 for 2024 was looking out for future Josh more. And this was really about how can I do something today that's going to impact the future me. Something that will sort of a sacrifice I will do today so that the future me will have a better outcome. Simple things like, I've said it before, doing the washing up the same day I've done it. Same day it's been caused, because if I do that, it's a 10-minute task. If I can get that done, it means when I wake up the next day I don't have to do that, and when I wake up the next day and do have to do it, it fucking sucks. So that was my biggest tick off. I'll probably tick that off most days just because of that. But other examples were just like having difficult conversations, bringing something up to someone that had been, I don't know, like playing on my mind for a little bit. Took a bit of courage, brought it up to them. It was addressed. Obviously it wasn't as bad as I thought it was going to be, but you put things off so therefore you suffer more longer term. Whereas like if you just look out for yourself more, sort it out earlier, bish bash bosh, you're good. Goal number 2 is running a marathon. Now, anyone that follows me knows I did a marathon this year. This goal was absolutely smashed. If you follow me, I've been shoving it down your throat. If I've gone for a run, you're going to know about it. And that's because, you know, it's a fucking flex. I did a marathon, all right? It's a pretty good one as well, as they go. It went pretty good. I was very happy with it. I want to do another one in the future. It's something that I've always wanted to do, but never have. So I'm glad I actually finally did it. And I've got a whole video debriefing that as well. Check it out. Next on the list, number 3 was releasing 26 YouTube videos. Now, this was not hit. This wasn't hit by a mile. I think I ended the year with 7 videos. So not even a third, but like a quarter of what I needed to have done for my goal. But that's okay, you know, you adapt, you overcome. I think the goal was realistically a bit unrealistic. I bit off far more than I could chew during the year and just didn't prioritize that as a thing. Like even to me, to make 7 was just like a encapsulation of I just couldn't be bothered. There was just too many other things on. You can't do everything at the same time, right? But I didn't make the time, ultimately. I didn't make the time. Here we are now, having not made the time, trying to make some time. Let's get it, baby. Number 4, increase strength in the gym, squat and bench PB. So start with the good news. Good news, bad news, good news first. So bench press, got a PB this year, didn't I? Did this sort of mid to late summer, managed to get 2 reps actually on 115 kilograms. I think my previous was about 110 kilograms. The first one felt so good that I went for a second. Now the second was not super clean. The second was squeezed up as hard as I could, but we got it there, man. We flipping got it there. So buzzing for that, another PB. Squats, on the other hand, different story. Now, one of the goals, which we shall get to shortly, it was around flexibility and mobility and things like that. And me putting all this time into like getting all super stretchy and stuff, I felt was negatively impacted the strength training. Now, there may be some smart physio people out there that say you probably can do them both at the same time. But when I was also doing like marathon training, then moved on to high rocks, I also did another half marathon. I did a lot of running this year and mobility work. And so things like a squat sort of came secondary. So that one did fail, but as mentioned in the sort of mid-year review video, I sort of pivoted my attention to work on more mobility stuff. Number 5, touching my toes, increasing my flexibility. I'm not a flexible man. I'm slightly more flexible now though, which is good. Can now touch my toes. Yeah, fuck it, let's show it on this video. How am I going to do this though? Balance, yeah, fuck it, YOLO. Right, here we go. Okay. So as you can see, you know, absolutely smashed that one. But I realized, well, I knew I'm not flexible everywhere, and touching your toes is great. It's a good metric and I achieved it, but there's plenty more movement to be had. So I'm working on mobility more so. That's one that's going to build upon in this next year. I achieved my goal this year, but I need to sort of push on to actually, help myself in the future. Okay, next goal. As I say, it's very off the cuff. I just needed to get a video out there because I've been procrastinating, not wanting to do it for a very long time, but I've needed to. It's like that work that you should do, but you haven't, you put it off. That's this for me, so thanks for paying attention and following along. Next was improving my leadership skills. I lead a team of 3 people in my day-to-day, and well, I've got another year's experience at it, let me tell you that. I haven't done any extra leadership courses or things like that, but throughout the year there's been a few opportunities where I've been able to give advice and hopefully inspire people or empower people to do their thing that they needed to do, that they weren't confident in doing. I'm not going to name any names or anything like that, but I don't know, I was new to leadership. I wanted to improve my skills just through having a year of on-the-job training or like on-the-job doing. I think I've got better, but ask them. Next, read or listen to 12 books. This one started off so well, I was doing so well at this. I did find out in the sort of the back half of the year, I've been focusing on other things, right? I haven't been focusing on the things that I need to be focusing on. I've been procrastinating. Things like gaming has increased. Now I play games with my friends, and I think that's fine, good social and that sort of thing. But I was playing some games solo, and just like having an evening where I'm wasting away doing that. Not that I would have been reading the book at that same time, let's be fair though. Okay, anyway, back to the books. 12 books. I think I only got through 10. I don't have the list of them here, which is great, but the standout books from there was a couple that I liked. Discipline of Destiny, or Discipline is Key, I don't know. There was 2 Stoic books from the author's name escapes me now. Well, what a fantastic book review this is. Well, it's not a book review. The goal was 12 books, I did 10, goal failed, on to the next one. And the last one was to do with saving and investing, and without giving numbers away, like my bank account and sort code, I achieved them. Now, what I've realized over the year though, right? So I had to invest a certain number and save a certain number. Invest one was sorted, actually beat the target, which is good. But the saving, throughout the year, I saved this number, right? But savings get used. And I've realized like savings is your pot to be used on a day-to-day, things come up, car stuff, holidays. That's what savings is for me. Investing separate to that, that's the real long-term stuff. So savings, I just sort of keep a pot of a couple K, a number, nothing crazy, just so I've got money available if I need it. If you've got 10 grand lying around in savings, put it to work, mate. What are you doing? Get some value for your money. Not financial advice. Okay, so that summarizes 2024's goals. So let's move on to 2025 before we do so. 2024 has been a sick year overall. I'm not going to lie to you. Been very busy. Whilst these videos have been slacking, my life hasn't, which is good. And that's sort of probably part of the reason why I haven't been making the time for this, is because I've been busy doing other things. To name a few things, I went skiing at the start of the year, ran a marathon, had 2 of my best mates get married, best man at one of the weddings, signed up to High Rocks, competed in a High Rocks, did a 10K, got a PB. Did a half marathon, got a PB. I've been busy, okay? I've been busy. I've had a social life, been on the dating game as well. That's kept me busy as well, But that's not where I was going with this. What else have I been up to? Yeah, did the garden, bro. My house, absolute state of a garden. Just a pile of mud. But me and my housemate Rich, shout out to Rich because he did loads of work there. If you need a deck doing, here's your boy. That's not his day-to-day, but he knows what he's doing. Did the garden, decorate the house. The house became mine. Bought the house off my ex. Very busy year, let me just say. 2024, really good. Real, set the tone. It's been good. 2025, I need more adventure. I'm not satisfied with where we are right now. I need to do more cool things. I was reading through my journal. I don't journal a lot. I'm not using the journal world. Look at me, I journal. Probably once every few months. Which is leading to a goal this year. Come in. Spoiler alert. But reading back through it, which is quite interesting, I've mentioned in it how I want to do fun, cool things, right? And if I'm not actively doing fun, cool things, adventurous things, then it's all good, saying your values align to this thing. But if you're not doing it, then you're just lying. So, goal number 1. Goal number 1's actually not adventure related. It's improved my High Rocks time. So I did a High Rocks in Manchester in November, and I did it in a time of 1:16:36. Now, I was massively humbled. I wanted a quicker time than that. In theory, it's a good time still. People, I shouldn't be so hard on myself for it, but I wanted a quicker time. I can do a quicker time. So I've signed up to the High Rocks Open European Champs in Vienna in Feb. Feb 22nd. See you there. I've got to beat my time. But I don't want to just beat my time. I want to beat the time that I wanted to get the first time, which is 1 hour 6. So I've got to knock off 10 minutes. So I'm still smashing the running, still doing the high training. We've got to go get it. Next is to do a 2-week solo trip. It's a bit of solo travel, doing fun shit. All right, doing fun shit. So I've actually already booked this. I booked my flights. I'm going to Mexico for Easter. I will be doing fun shit, right? I'm going to be learning to kite surf. I've signed up to a 5-day kite surfing course because it looks so cool. And imagine like the flex in the conversations. Oh, what have you been up to this year? Oh, yeah, I learned to kite surf in Mexico. Yeah, what are you going to do? What are you going to do with that? You're going to do nothing except say, wow, that's cool as shit. All right. So yeah, do some fun shit like that. Jump in cenotes, whatever they're called. Drink tequila, eat tacos. Sounds phenomenal to me. Goal number 3, I've sort of linked it with this one. So goal number 3 is to learn how to / try kite surfing. I've always wanted to do this. I remember seeing it. We went to Zanzibar, a few of the boys, quite a few years ago. We're old now. Anyway, there's a massive kite surfing beach and it was looking sick. It looked so cool. There's so many and I really wanted to do it, but I was a bit of a pussy and so I didn't do it ultimately, but I've always wanted to do it. Now every time I see a kite surfer, I'm like, wow, you look so cool. And I haven't done it. So I want to give it a go. So goal number 3 is that. Number 4 is to learn to snowboard. Wow. What is this guy doing? Well, this guy has skied before, he enjoys skiing, but has skateboarded before and has surfed before. Now, neither of those am I really good at, but I can stand up. And with snowboarding, you know, I'm hoping there's going to be some crossover there. Again, I think it looks cool. I think it looks fun. I've always wanted to do it. Again, haven't done it. So it's going to be a lot easier to pick these things up now when I'm like 29, 30 than it will be if I'm like 45 and having a midlife crisis. So I'm having a crisis early. Getting it done now. Goal number 5, increasing my mobility. Follow on from last year, try and increase like hip mobility, groin. Ideally, I'd be able to I can't sit cross-legged without like leaning forward and hugging my knees. I struggle with that. So that would be cool. And then also, you know, if you like squat down like on the floor, but being able to keep my heels on the floor so I'm not having to like do my tippy toes. Yeah, increase mobility. Number 6. So the goals this year are not the most clearly defined, and number 6 is an example of this. So number 6 is taking more risks, and I don't know what that entails yet because that's the risk. I don't know, I just made that up on the spot, but I want to take more risks. I do feel like through life I've been very responsible, and that's good, right? You need to be somewhat responsible, right? Don't be irresponsible. That's the worst way to go. However, we're only on this planet once. You know, you've got so much opportunity out there in the world, but if you don't grasp it, then, you know, you fucking wasted everything. So my plan or thought is to maybe leave everything behind and go travel. That's the big risk. Because then it's like leave a decent career that I could do for like 6-7 years and then just go and explore and travel, do fun shit. But just take more risks in general, maybe. I don't know. Just fucking take more risks, all right? Don't be such a pussy. Simple as. Goal sorted. Number 7, stay positive and look out for future Josh Moore. Continue. Keep that going. Do something today that future me will be glad that I did. Like doing this, you know. I've been putting these videos off for a very long time because I don't know why. I have. So the goal midway through the day today was to just write a script or start planning for the year of making videos. And as I started doing that, I got a bit bored. So I thought, fuck it, let's just record. And here we are today, baby. So yeah, it's a bit jarring. I've done exercise today, you know, a bit hyped up. It's the end of the Christmas break. I don't know. Stay positive. Look out for a future Josh Moore. Number 8 is to journal at least once a month. I think that's because having looked through my journal with the limited things that I have written here, this bad boy right here, so many thoughts and feelings, you know. But my first journal was 2021, 5th of January. I was 25 years old, one exam away from being a chartered management accountant, living through a national lockdown caused by a bastard called coronavirus. Wow, I am a poet. So that was my first one, but it continued, right? But I'm not going to read it to you now. So just reading back through it, you can see common themes about what you've been feeling and that sort of stuff, and helps you document things and blah 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 blah. I think it'd be a good thing to do, and I've had value from it, so want to do it more so I can get more value from it. There you go. And the last goal is keeping events in the books. So one of the great things about this last year is I had the marathon in the books, and then I booked a 10k, and then I booked the High Rocks event and the half marathon. So I had 4 key events through the year, and that kept me fit, that kept me active, that kept me working towards something, right? and that makes me a better person, I think. Personally, like, if I haven't got anything in the books that I'm working for, like, I can just slip into being lazy. I can just stop being productive. Like, for me, what's the point if you're not like working towards something? So with that in mind, Vienna's the next thing. So I've got that in the books. But post Vienna, nothing at the moment. Part of me thinks going for like a sub 3-hour marathon. Because I'll have to start training after, I'll either have to do it before I go to Mexico, or start training after I'm back from Mexico, like in May. And it's going to be prime heat time. But, you know, when it's sunny, you get a better tan, so maybe that is the play. I don't know. Anyway, that's keep more events in the book. So I don't know what the next one will be. Maybe I do so well at the European Champs that I qualify for the Worlds or something, you know. This guy. You know, it could happen. You got to be in it to win it. So yeah, they're my 8 goals, 9 goals for 2025. Look, yeah, this video, very much, I just need to get a video out there. And I know it's a good thing to do longer term, is to be putting something out into the world that hopefully can give people value. I don't want to be just chatting about my shit all the time, like, wow, look at me. It's not really about that. It's hopefully through what I'm documenting and going through, some people can get some sort of learnings from that they can carry into their own life, apply in their own life, and that sort of thing. Okay, so hopefully it's helpful to someone. As long as one of you is having a good time, I'm having a good time. So yeah, I've wanted to, I know I need to do this. I just struggle with making the time to do this. I'm human. I'm fucking human, all right? Human. But I want to do it, so I need to do it. So this is unscripted, unfiltered, unedited. It will be edited by the time it goes out. And yeah, that's goals, baby. Goals. Thanks for watching. Appreciate you. We'll try and get, maybe, as you noticed, 0 goals for the year revolve around videos. And that's because I learned from last year's mistake. And also, it's literally just today, January the 1st, that I've thought about making a video. I'd sacked it off December, November. I was just sack off vibes. Sack off. But we're here. Anyway, don't end on a negative. For God's sake, you're losing them. Stay positive, set some goals, have a good year. 2025, baby. Who'd have thought? Look at us. We came this far and we've still got so much further to go. Peace, love, have a good time, have a good year. Hope you've had a good year. Merry Christmas. Best regards, kind regards, and many happy returns.